Okay, so I've got all the ingredients here to make grain-free pumpkin muffins. I got the recipe here from, I don't know, Clean Food Crush. Let's see. So I wanted to make a little video to show you how I'm doing it. Okay, so I was actually really excited because I was looking for a way to use my Young Living essential oils in baking, and so I just came across this thing. I wanted something pumpkin-y. I have some pumpkin I want to use, and I'm in the mood. It's fall. So I looked up how can I use my oils. I'm trying to do, even more. I've done it before, but I just wanted to do more. And I found a way to make a pumpkin pie spice out of 5 different essential oils. It is ginger, nutmeg, clove, cinnamon, and a little bit of orange to add a touch of sweetness. So I have extra bottles. When I use my oils, I save the bottles, and so I had a small orange bottle, and since there was going to be orange in it, I just used this. And then 1 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, according to the recipe I found, would equal 8 to 10 drops, depending on how you like it, of this mix. So my recipe is going to call, I think, for a tablespoon, so I'm going to use about 30 drops. So we'll see. I have never used this, so I'm just kind of experimenting. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to use is 3/4 cup of all-natural pumpkin puree. Make sure that you do not buy the pumpkin pie filling. That is full of sugar, and it's got a bunch of other stuff in it. So this is just pure pumpkin, already all pureed and canned up for you. The next thing is, the recipe actually calls for 1 cup of all-natural almond butter, but I don't have any almonds. I'm really into cashews, and so I buy a thing of cashews every single week at Aldi's, best price. And so I actually just made my own. So it's still pretty liquidy. I just put it in my food processor, and it took about 10 minutes. So it's actually still warm from the food processor. So I don't know if it's going to affect it, if I should have let it cool down, but it's not that hot. It's just warm. So it took 2 cups of cashews to get this 1 cup. I mean, I ate a couple spoons of it too. So it gave me a little bit more than a cup. So I don't know if when it cools off, if it would be thicker and take less, but whatever. We'll just see. So I've got 1 cup of all natural cashew butter. I love cashews, and I think that this is a more mild flavor. A week or 2 ago, I made some acorn squash muffins with cashews in it, and it was really, really good, so I thought this would be good. I want some healthy breakfast / snacks for my kids to take to school, so I experiment a lot, and Callista, Callie, is my pickiest eater when it comes to this stuff. My son won't eat banana, and so that throws out a lot of easy things. And then Callie will not. She's gotten really picky lately, so I'm trying this out. We'll see if she likes it. And then it calls for a 1/3 cup of raw honey, or you can use pure maple syrup. This is my 1/3 cup, and I don't know if you can tell, but I never use as much sweetener as stuff calls for. So you can tell I'm using a little over half of the recommended dose. I always cut the sugar. No matter whether it's natural or not, you still don't need a lot of it. Plus, honey is expensive, and I'm almost out. So I just know that it'll be fine to have a little bit less because I do it in all my baking recipes. I never use the amount of the expensive ingredients, to be honest. And if I was worried about it being sweet enough, you could also add in some all-natural applesauce to it. Just a little bit. I wouldn't add in a lot because you have to know, your textures when you're baking. I mean, I change recipes all the time when I'm baking, and I don't measure everything. I love baking, and it just works for me. But if you want a recipe to follow, use a 1/3 cup. You can use a little bit less than that, especially because I'm using chocolate chips in this recipe. So then it's calling for the 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice. So instead of that, I need 3 teaspoons equals a tablespoon. So I'm going to do, it says 8 to 10 drops. I'm just going to, I don't know. Let's go. We're going to do 26 to 30, right? Or 24, I'm sorry, math, great. So we'll do about 25. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. I like a lot of flavor. Let's just throw all 30 in. And then if it's too much, we'll skim it down, and if it's not enough, we'll add more next time I do it. Okay, a half a teaspoon of baking. Hang on one second. Okay, quick interruption, sorry about that. Okay, so a half a teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, come on. Maybe I should have read the directions. Yeah, I'm like, do I need to mix it all? Yeah, you can just mix it all together. A tiny pinch of sea salt. I'm out of sea salt. I'm just going to put a pinch of regular salt in there. Okay, and then it says to use a 1/3 cup of cacao chips. I don't have any of those. That is a more natural, paleo-friendly, probably healthier choice. I have mini chocolate chips, semi-sweet chocolate chips from Aldi's. I buy the mini ones because you can use so much less. I think they just go further. So it says a 1/3 cup, and as you can see, I'm going to cut that about in half, a little bit more than half. I don't think that a whole 1/3 cup is necessary. I never use what it calls for, so we're just going to try it again. Save money and less sugar. Those are my mottos. Protein, more protein, less sugar, and let's be frugal. Okay, I feel like I'm forgetting something, but syrup, pumpkin pie spice, I've got the baking soda. Okay, I'm just going to mix everything together. I probably should have mixed all this together before I added the chocolate chips, but I got excited about the chocolate. So this is just a grain-free. Like basically you're having, this is actually going to be really good for you. So I hope it tastes good. It's all cashews and pumpkin with a little bit of natural sweetener in it, minus my cheater chocolate chips. So if you are truly no sugar, only natural sugars, then you would leave them out. This is an additional thing. You don't even need the recipe, the chocolate chips. This is optional in the recipe. It's just my kids eat everything that I bake if I throw in some mini chocolate chips. So that's why I do it. You definitely do not have to. I've made similar muffin recipes without them and with them to compare. Of course, the chocolate chip ones are better. So if you're trying to get your kids to go from a donut to something like this, you need to have something to entice them. Okay, so this is mixed up pretty good. So all you're going to do is preheat your oven to 350. And you're going to spray your muffin tin, grease them, line them. I just spray. I don't care for the liners. Oh my gosh, I forgot the eggs. Hang on one second. Okay, so I'm so glad I saw these eggs sitting here wondering what I'm supposed to be doing with them. The recipe that I printed, like when you select print and it gives you a cute little recipe with picture, it left the eggs off there. But if you go back, I just went back to the computer and it's in the recipe. The eggs are in the recipe. 2 whole eggs. So we'll be adding those in late. Thank you, Detweilers, for making cage-free eggs. Super affordable, 99 cents a dozen. Let me rinse my hands. Okay. See, I told you I felt like I was missing something. They would have been, I don't even know. I mean, without the eggs, they would have been interesting. Let's just say that. They probably would have been like baking peanut butter and pumpkin together and baking it. Like, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just blabbing while I mix this up. Okay. Let me make sure I get it incorporated good. You know what else would be good in here? It's not in the recipe. Vanilla. I like to put vanilla in everything. Why is there no vanilla in here? I'm struggling right now because as I talk to you about this, I want to go grab my vanilla and just put a splash in here. But then it's like, if I don't care for the recipe, I won't know if it's because of the vanilla or not, to be able to tell you. I feel like I know that it needs vanilla. And I'm going to do it because that's how I bake. So, I don't know. I'll tell you what I'm about. That wasn't even a whole teaspoon, I bet. I bet that was like a half or so-ish. I'm smelling it when I'm done. Make sure you use a good quality vanilla. Do not use imitation vanilla. It will not make your stuff taste good. I have never added vanilla to something and not liked it. Now you can overdo it, but oh, I can smell it. I think that was a little under a teaspoon, but let me smell. Okay, it smells good. Let's try that. I like to put my own touch on everything. Okay, now we can put these in here. So all I'm going to do is put them in the 12 muffin cups here and tin, whatever, and I'm going to pop it in the oven, and it says to bake it for 16 to 18 minutes. So I'll probably bake it for 14 and then check them. So I will be back with you when they're done to show you the finished product. Here they are, right out of the oven, nice and hot. I can't wait for them to cool off for a few minutes to try one. Okay, they're done. I cut it in half. Got my coffee ready. They look great in the middle. Okay. Yes. Very good. Super moist. Very happy with these. Make them. They are yummy. Oh yeah. And make them with the chocolate, because I got a little touch of chocolate in that bite. And you can see how there's not very much chocolate in there, but it's just enough to add that little bit of sweetness. So I hope this video helped convince you to try out a new recipe. Thanks for watching.